Hello and welcome to Slamfire Radio. This is episode 559 for June 12th, 2024. I'm one of your hosts, Adriel.
I'm one of your other hosts, Dave.
I'm Kyle.
Justin.
I'm Justin.
Here we go. We got
Just
Justin
in time.
Just in time. Just started and you're already making puns, Dave. I guess that's what we rely on you for.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're our rock for keeping up with the puns. Someone's got to hold up on these dad puns.
I don't know. The rest of you are pretty damn good on the puns, too. I was actually introduced, speaking, it's a slight aside here. Brian Bolivar introduced me to somebody a couple weeks ago, and he says, "This is my friend Dave. He's very good with words." And I felt very seen at that moment. That was one of the nicest ways anyone's ever introduced me. I'm like, wow. I actually got a little bit of a tear.
A little emotional on that.
A little bit. I might have cried. Not ashamed to admit it.
Okay, well, why don't you tell us about crying and what else you've been up to there, Dave?
So I was, the big thing I've been doing is Ontario Rifle Association events. And Saturday, our good friends Rick and Kelly, who's missing in action tonight because it's Father's Day dinner, we did the maple seed at association. Perfect. 10 students. Chris, who's sporting rifle in our chats section, came as well, so he helped out. He was with
We got to get Dave hooked up with an IT guy who can maybe help him with his internet connection, I think.
Yeah,
Why is my
probably.
internet crap tonight?
Yeah, your mouth is just catching up with stuff you said about 30 seconds ago.
What? Well, that's weird. My audio.
I know it's you because I can see Kyle moving.
Yeah, something going on. I got a bit of packet loss tonight. That's weird. Okay, well, I will kill my video then. Boop. So yeah, we had 10 students out. We had a lot of very new people, including a couple who had bought their rifles the day before and brought them out. So her scope fell off, which was funny, and then her rifle completely jammed up partway through the day because it had never been lubed. So I used a hammer to close the bolt because it was completely blocked, completely jammed to the rear. I've never seen that before.
What rifle was that?
It was a CZ semi-auto of some sort. It looked like one of those old lake fields with the bolt that you pop the bolt and you push it in to lock the bolt back.
512 or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember what the model was. It's got this weird keyhole mag. It looks like a lake field. I think it probably is. So yeah, her gun, she had a lot of issues, but she was out shooting her husband, which was hilarious because he had more experience. I think he'd been shooting for a couple weeks and she'd been shooting for a day. So she did very well, but the class did go quite slowly. We had a few experienced shooters. It was eight guests and 2 members, which was awesome. So we got to talk about the ORA a little bit to those folks, and they had never heard of us before, and they'd never shot at base Borden for the most part. So it was fabulous.
Cool.
Great day. Rick just killed it with the instruction. Had one guy, Patch, who was one of the more experienced shooters. A few of the lacking in experienced shooters got like 160s, so not too bad for first time out, especially, never having shot before, really. But it did slow the class down, having a bunch of really inexperienced shooters and unzeroed guns. It took quite a bit of time to get them all edumacated up, but yeah, Rick killed it. It was a great day. Like I said, weather was awesome. It was perfect weather. It was so nice. And then Sunday, we had 5 shooters out, and we did the inaugural Canadian known distances maple seed shoot, which was awesome. Playing with the course of fire, we had a big discussion the night before at dinner about how we were going to run it, tweak it. So we had 2 relays. Kelly was there as well for Sunday. So she ran the butts for one of the shooters. And we did 100, 200, 300, 400. Yes, many in the butts jokes.
Still funny. Still sounds
LOL.
funny.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, can never get enough of the butts jokes. So she was in the butts. Chris Watton was our butts officer for one relay, and then Brian Bolivar was our butts officer for the next relay. It was setup was simple, 5 targets, super easy. Took like 10
Dave,
minutes.
just for some of our listeners, what are the butts?
So when you're on a gallery range, which is generally a military range, I think there's maybe 1 or 2 in Canada that are like this for civilians, but you actually have if you go down to the end of the range where you normally have your target stands, you have a huge mound of dirt with concrete behind it, and in behind that is some big metal, I don't even know what to call them, target racks, and you put the targets in those racks. You are protected from the shooters uprange by the concrete and the dirt. So you're basically behind the backstop, and then there's another backstop, and you put the targets.
People are downrange, kind of in a trench, kind of a thing.
Exactly.
And you move the targets back and forth,
and then you put the targets up and down. It's pretty cool. You actually get to hear what bullets sound like going over your head like 5 feet. It's pretty awesome. Get to be shot at with no effect, and you're running the targets up and down. So it's quite a different experience. Sunday, 2 of the people were guests, 3 of them were members. Kelly had never done the butts before, and the other guy that was down there with her and Brian had never done the butts before, so they were a bit slow. But the day was awesome. We got rained on most of the day, so Kelly shows up and Maple Seed rain starts. So yeah, she is the rainmaker. Brian Bolivar, so we shot 100, 2, 3, 4, and what we did was we put up 4-foot targets, and then we took 10 minutes. Next time it's going to be 5 minutes, because getting your zeros is the longest part of the day. So we did about an hour worth of classroom in the morning, and we did have a couple people. Thank you. We did have a couple people for the listeners. There are some photos up that you can't see of the day, so you really need to come out and listen to us do this live, because you get to see pretty pictures and our pretty faces. So we zeroed at each range. So we did a walk back. So we started at 100 yards. They got 10 shots or 10 minutes to get their zero. We indicated each hit. So we pulled down the targets. There we go. There's the butts.
So your back is to where the bullets are coming from, right? And you've got these targets. You can move them up and down, and they go into the line of fire, and you stay behind the line of fire.
Yep.
Well, below, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're well below the shooting. So we zeroed at each range. So at 100 yards, 10 minutes, 10 shots, which took forever. I mean, that's 2 relays, 10 minutes times 4. So a lot of your time spent zeroing. But a lot of these guys, their guns weren't zeroed. They weren't set up properly. So we needed to play a little bit. And they didn't, some of them, I think one of them, Chris, had done Maple Seed before. The other ones hadn't. So we ended up with a couple people that weren't riflemen. I think we had 3 people that weren't riflemen. The one guy who you can see in the butts in the background there playing air guns, he was a very, very new shooter. Albert, he took the most from the day because he paid attention and he was just there to learn. It was awesome.
Cool.
He was really good. So we zeroed at reach range. So 10 minutes, 10 shots. We indicated each hit so they could tell where each shot was. And then we shot the match. So stage 1, we shot at 100 yards. So you're standing, go back to 200 yards. Well, the butts resets and scores the initial target. They patch it out. 200 yards, we go live. 10 minutes, indicate each hit, shoot the match. And then we did that at 300 and 400. So it was 100 was standing, 2 was standing to kneeling or sitting, 3 was standing.
Snealing is what we call that. Yeah.
Snealing, nice. And then 400 yard was prone. And then once we did that, that was 1 Maple Seed qualifier. And then we went the other way. So then we didn't do sighters on the way down. So we told everybody, make damn sure you write down your come up, your dope on your scopes, because we're going to do the match all the way down. So we shot 400, 300, 200, 100, and then we did a butt swap. And then the crew that was in the butts came up range, and then they did the same thing all the way back to 4, and then all the way back down into the butts. So it was good. It was a good day. A lot of people learned a lot of stuff. One guy just got frustrated and quit at the 400. He'd had enough, so he just gave up.
Was he having problems
Packed
with
up his
dope?
stuff. Yeah, he was more maybe having problems with his attitude. He was talking about how much he sucked all day. So if you're talking about how much you suck and you got that negative attitude, you're all gonna suck. You're gonna have a bad day.
Yeah.
Elbert was freaking awesome. He scored 160, which I thought was pretty good. One of the other guys kind of ish game up and he was getting frustrated. So he ended up doing interesting things like standing at 400 or sorry, 300 just for fun. He actually managed to hit the target standing at 3, which was cool. It's impressive. So he had fun in the end. He was getting pretty frustrated too. He'd bought a bunch of 5-round mags that only held 4. He'd never actually bombed the mags up until that day. So he just decided, screw it. I bought these. This is on me. I didn't test them. I'm going to use them all day. So that's the guy who was standing at 300 yards. But
just one more mag change in there, right?
Yeah.
442 maybe.
Yeah. So I said to him, well, no problem. You've got 3 mags, so just use one as a stripper mag, shove it in, strip a round off, and then change mags. And you have 5 rounds in the gun. Good to go.
Yeah.
At least you got 5, and then you're going to have to do a mag change later anyway. So,
well, like the standing and the prone, you got enough time to do it anyways. It's just the middle ones where you're gonna have to hustle.
Exactly. He managed to get most of his shots off. Some of the guys did, and it was funny on the 5 minute because some of the guys are like just boom, 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 done. I'm like, yeah, that was 45 seconds. So you're just gonna sit there and bomb mags for the next 6 minutes. So have fun. But yeah, overall, it was a really good day. Brian Bolivar managed to patch. I think his score was 219, if I remember correctly. It was either 214 or 219. I can't read the handwriting on the zoomed in photo I took. But he is our first known distances Canadian rifleman. So congratulations, Brian Bolivar. Yeah. With a local gun, he shot his Maple Ridge Renegade.
Yeah, straight pull there, hey?
Yeah. Oh, he was working that thing. he was going. So that was really awesome that Brian qualified. Got a cool custom patch just for known distance, and he got a box of craft dinner because it was a KD match. So Kelly went and picked some KD up and handed it out. So Brian Kelly and Rick both signed his box of KD for him. So he's got a little cool souvenir along with his patch.
Cool.
Good day. We had dinner afterwards, the staff, and just discussed some of the staff and discussed what we would do differently, what worked, what didn't work, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we're going to hold another one in September. And Rick is going to start hopefully rolling known distances out across the country, wherever you can find a place to do them.
Yeah, I was looking for details because I had some guys out here asking about it, and I know as soon as I do them, I'm gonna get more ranges asking for it. So
cool. Well, it was awesome, and I didn't realize how big that target is. I mean, a 4 MOA target for 400 yards, a big freaking target.
Should be about 16 inches across. What size of a medium-sized pizza box?
Yep. Yeah, pizza box at 400 yards. She's a big target. Now, 100 yards, it looks real big. 400 yards doesn't look so big anymore. No. Especially when you're doing positional shooting unsupported, except for the sling, right? It's not like you're throwing down a bipod. It's quite challenging to hit that thing.
I didn't notice a lot of people using semi-autos. I saw a lot of people using bolts and straight pulls.
We had one semi-auto. We had a not a WK. What's the MCL?
MCR.
MCR, yeah. Chris had an MCR, and he used that going up range, and then coming down range, he used his bolt action Remington 700. So he was zeroing 2 guns, so 5 rounds from each gun, and then he shot the MCR for the match, and then coming back down, he used the Remington, and he did 198, I think. I honestly think if he had just focused on one gun, he probably would have patched. But he was having fun. He wanted to see how they'd shoot. I think he actually shot better with the MCR than the Remington, which was interesting. But he was the only one with a semi. One other guy brought a Tavor, which is, as I have found out, pretty well useless for that particular game.
Yeah,
not appropriate for slinging up.
You can't. Well, the slinging and the supporting is quite hard too. Like getting a nice solid support with it's really hard.
Yeah, it is. I did not. I patched, but I did not enjoy the day when I used my Tavor. It was an unpleasant day. It's fun because I was shooting, but the gun made it very unpleasant and uncomfortable, and I had pains where I didn't know I had pains the next day. It sucked.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was an awesome weekend, and yeah, we'll do again.
Nice.
I want to get Brian on in the future and do like and Kelly when she has some time and do a deeper dive into the KD stuff because I'm interested. I want to put one on out here.
Yeah, we should get those two and Rick on to talk about
M1 Garand. Is that what you run for that?
So one of the things we did was the mags were all 5 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Because why are we running 2 and 8? Nobody's running a Garand. That's silly. But yeah, you could use a Garand for it.
Or do I run the 300 blackout?
300
Straight
blackout
pull.
would also work.
No, I don't want to do that. This thing's terrible. At 400, it's like I'm rainbowing into that thing.
Oh, what's the barrel length? Oh, that's that little guy.
10.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of slow.
Yeah, that's
no. I'd probably run my Raven in 5.56.
Yeah, that would be a good gun for it.
With a scope. I'd game it right up.
Yeah, those like AR-15 style rifles are the game for, well, any of that sort of shooting under 500 yards where it's not precision rifle. Hell yeah. Yeah. So yeah, awesome weekend. Talk to Rick and Kelly because lots of thoughts and ideas on how to do it next time to make it better. Big one would be one gun only. A bunch of guys came out. They had so much kit because this is basically service rifle. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like service rifle light. We had one guy show up, 2 chairs, a cart, all sorts of stuff, and we're moving. So I said, chairs, all your extra crap, leave it at the side of the range, out of the line of fire for when we come down and do the butt swap, because you're not dragging that crap up and down range. It's going to be too slow.
Yeah.
And you're not sitting anyway. You don't have time. I think Justin fell over.
Yeah. I'll just mute him for.
Yeah, perfect.
If it'll let me.
I was just trying to as well.
Oh, you try. I bet you I'm clicking at the same time as you.
There we
go.
And then, less kit. Again, some of the guys that brought a lot of kit were brand new to shooting. So, it's like camping. The first time you come camping, you're like, you know what? I'm going to bring everything in my house, including the couch, just in case I need it. So it's the same with competition shooting.
So I think the original intention was just to have people who are riflemen out there, but it was like sales were slow, so they probably just like added whoever wanted to come, kind of a thing, right?
Exactly. Yeah. If
we were able to fill the event with just riflemen, they would know what the day was like. They'd be like, nah, rifle case comes off the line, just my mat. That's all the thing. That's all that stays there. Everything else moves, and they would be that kind of thing, right?
And that's one of the things for next time, riflemen only. We got to get the event out sooner. We actually only got it posted like 2 weeks before the event, which is pretty short for something that is not a strict maple seed. Like the original maple seed, we opened it, boom, it filled up, like done. The KD, was slow filling up. We need to post this stuff sooner. And then we have to, what was the other decision? Oh, no rifle cases. So the guys that dragged their rifles back in the cases, one guy's like, I don't want to drop my rifle, so I got to keep it in my case. Like, for fuck's sakes, like, throw it over your back. Let's go. It was so slow casing and uncasing rifles at each line. Whereas, normally you just throw your rifle over your shoulder, grab your rucksack, and go back to the next line. But we were like dragging carts behind us and rifle cases and shooting mats. So no shooting mats, no rifle cases. What you carry is, if it fits on your body, you can bring it with you. If it doesn't fit on your body, you leave it behind, preferably.
Well, I think in the ranges that don't have butts, which are most of them, I think these are going to run drastically different. I think you're going to shoot them all from the line. You're going to have targets at the 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you're going to have everyone shoot the 100 and then take a break. And then everyone shoot the 200 and take a break. 300, take a break. 400, take a break. And then you're going to send out one group of guys on a side-by-side or quads or whatever, and they're going to go collect all the targets, bring them back, post up new targets. and then you're going to get to scoring, and the next relay is going to shoot while the other relay is scoring. And there's not going to be any, moving up and down range and that kind of thing, and taking all that crap with you.
Yeah, different when you have a fixed firing line and fixed targets. It'd be more like a PRS style thing, right?
Yeah, or like CRPS or RPS, right? But just with those different movements in place. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, great day. You should run a known distance. And we got rained on. It was beautiful and sunny in the morning, and then it was cold and windy. I forgot my jacket at home because I was having car problems, so I hitched a ride down with Kelly and Rick. They stayed at my place Saturday night. Luckily, Kelly had a spare jacket, so don't leave your jacket at home. Don't be in a hurry when you're running out the door. So that's the first time in years I've ever forgotten anything to go to the range. So luckily Kelly saved my life because it also rained. So it was a perfect day aboard, and we got all of the weather except snow. We didn't get snow, but we got everything else. So it's awesome. But it was kind of fun to shoot in the crappy weather because now you get to see how your gear actually works. Is your waterproof stuff waterproof? Does your gun work? Can you actually grab magazines out of your slippery plastic pouch when it's covered in water and you're lying in mud? And yeah, I love shooting in inclement weather. It's fun.
Once in a while, it's fun.
Once in a while.
Maybe once in a while.
But we had that discussion, right? Because when you go to the gun range, do you ever go to the gun range when it's pouring rain and cold and windy and crappy? The answer for most people is no, they don't. Because why would you? Right? I do sometimes just to see how my stuff works.
And I had a wood stove in the shooting benches. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right. So most people don't. But when you shoot a competition, what's the weather going to be like? You have no idea, right? How do you clean your scope? We've shot at competitions where guys had so much mud on their scopes you couldn't see them. We were like air blasting people's scopes to get the mud off them. Shooting modified prone in the mud. So nobody ever does that. Or when you're hunting, what's the weather like? The weather's always crappy when you're hunting.
Cold, snowing.
Right? Exactly. Yep. Rainy, who knows? Half the time I go hunting it's pouring rain. Sitting out in the rain. I don't know if I know my gear works. Other guys don't. So it's cool to shoot in inclement weather just to see how your stuff actually functions, if it does.
Yeah, that's what I like doing.
Yeah,
cool.
So that's what I've been up to.
Kyle, what about you?
Getting ready for local match this weekend. So yeah, just going through figuring out what we're gonna do for stages and whatnot. So yeah, that'll be fun. And I got a shipment in. My custom holsters from Hammer Armament are in.
Woo!
So this is a custom pattern to kind of match my jerseys. Got, a couple holsters. So this is like more standard, like USPSA's typical 3-gun, and then got one with a bail in case I go and do like tactical games or something like that.
With some running.
Yeah, well, yeah, like obstacles and whatnot. So yeah, I'll be running these this weekend, and got full complement. Some pistol pouches, and so with the pistol pouches, you can really see like there was a little bit of a gradient on the pattern. So just like my jersey, it goes kind of like from white to red with some black in there, and and of course matching rifle pouches as well. So that's really cool. I mean, I've been running his stuff pretty much since he got started, but it is really cool to actually have a full, complete common set, because I know like my rifle mag pouches before were like red, and then he had given me some other designs which I really liked, but we got talking and decided to do this custom design, which was really cool. And yeah, I can't wait to get using them this weekend.
That is super sexy.
Yeah.
I use his holsters too. I really like them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, like I said, I've been using his since, he started when he still lived in Canada. So, and it's really cool because he started doing the double layer as well. So like the one with the bail has the double layer Kydex, which I was talking to him years ago about doing that, and apparently it's really tough to do, but it's cool. He's He's
That's
saw
cool.
a while ago that he's been doing it on certain
Neat.
things.
Neat.
Yeah, just adds a little bit of rigidity and something where for like obstacles and whatnot. Yeah, you want it to be a little bit more rigid, a little bit more sturdy. The other one, you don't need it to be like just for your typical 3-gun or USPSA. You don't need it to be super rigid. So, other than that, yeah, I start dry firing, get used to the new holster, which shouldn't take much. And yeah, I guess this weekend will be my first time shooting in a while. But
Yeah, it's been a while since you've done a match.
yeah, I actually got looking at my practice score there today, and it's like, yeah, I didn't shoot in May, so. But I got match this weekend. We got a local 3-gun at the end of the month, and we'll see what I find in between there. Because nationals is ramping close, so it's like I gotta get some time in. Yeah, that is it for me this week. I'll have more next week. Justin, what about you? What you get up to?
Something in Ontario is not in our area today. So I went and trained with Ben Stover, which we're going to be talking about later. Last weekend with my wife, and then last night I got to squad for Memorial 3-gun. I'm doing that in October. So I'm squatted with the Yackley, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, that should be a good time.
Can you guys hear me?
Tim on that squad?
Okay, let's make sure you can hear me.
It's
Yep.
cutting in and out. We got a little bit of robo voice going on, but that's all right. I think Dave's got the same thing going on.
What else I did? Well, I was on my honeymoon, so I haven't actually shot too much the last couple of weeks. But I'm taking a bunch of coworkers on Friday to the range. So
Nice.
And you got dropped.
I wonder if Rogers is having problems tonight.
Okay, I guess that's me. Last
Hey, Drew,
weekend
what
I
have you been
went
up to?
I did a maple seed up in Peace River, Alberta. It's actually really good. So I drove up the night before. I stayed at the clubhouse, as I hear is tradition in for 3-gun matches and that kind of thing, or camping. I didn't want to carry camping stuff. I wanted it easy, so I brought a cot. I brought a sleeping bag.
You didn't
Crashed
tow
out
your
there.
tent trailer up?
Only if I've got a whole vehicle full of like 4 guys too. No, I didn't feel like doing the whole rigmarole just to crash out somewhere. And I've probably told you guys this before, but I can sleep anywhere. Like in China, I slept on anywhere really.
The amount of people that have slept in the clubhouse at Peace River, both upstairs and downstairs, it would be anything new.
Yeah. And then Saturday, yeah. So I checked the weather report the day before I left, and it was like 14 to 17. I'm like, all right, I'll bring my maple seed sweater. I'm good to go. That's all I need. It was 4 degrees to start with, and raining in the morning, and it got up to 7. Got up to 7, but raining on and off all day. Yeah. So Dave, you were talking about like forgetting your jacket. Like I brought my hoodie, no rain gear at all. I didn't really need it though, because luckily, even with like minimum clothing, I'm still warmer than all the participants. Like as I run hot, and so everyone was like shivering. So we'd go to like the clubhouse and we'd do like our POI, and then go back out and do the shooting, and go back to the clubhouse for the POI and warm up in between. So I was fine. It was fine. It was a good time though. Yeah. Lots of people there from Barton's. Barton's Big Country, which is like
nice.
a precision rifle place up in the area, and lots of kids, and yeah, good time.
Awesome.
Yeah. We shot on the big bore range there, the long range, and we opted to stay underneath the shelter because of the rain.
Yeah.
I originally had like, we'll go flat. I don't know if we can shoot from the bay. Maybe they won't like that. And then I set it up and it started raining, and I was like, can we move those in? They're like, yeah, let's move those in. Let's go in under the shelter. It still blew the rain in. It still got rain.
Better than being right underneath it though.
With it being elevated, how did that work out? Was that a lot of adjustment needed on that?
No.
Because you end up more or less shooting downhill a little bit.
Meh.
No?
Same thing. Same thing. With you from your prone, it can be a little bit hard to get down that much on it, but because it's at 25, the angle's fine. Uphill would be hard. If you try doing it up, like your neck getting up behind the scope there, oh, that's brutal. Yeah, all your older participants just crash out trying to do that. Let's see. Okay, so that was Saturday, and then after the match, after the event, I booked her back down to Edmonton because I had a social event with the family to attend to on Sunday. So I was supposed to do the podcast in Grand Prairie with those guys out there, but I had to rock it back, so I couldn't do it in person there. I made some 300 blackout, so my 300 blackout rifle is ready. Why not make some ammo, right? So these are my 110 grain bullets. These ones are they use I think it's like a tactical tip, but you can see how big the plastic tip is on there. These are an all copper bullet, and they don't mushroom. There's like 4 petals that break off on this thing and kind of pop out. So I got some of those. I got some 125 grain SSTs, so nothing too special. And then somewhere in here, I got a 110 grain SST that is more for varmints. I think the idea is you use it for like a varmint round on a 308 or 30-06, but I am using it in 300 blackout as a deer round. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think it should be fine, right? It'll be fine. Deer aren't invincible. Deer aren't invincible. They'll take it.
They're not.
I'm not hunting moose or anything like that. I'm not shooting at long range. I'm not going to dare try shooting this tiny little guy here at far range. That's a close range gun only.
Yeah.
Should be fun though. So I've got those loaded up so that I can test them at the range this weekend on Friday, if I've got time. They're not a Barnes TTSX. There's something else. TAC something. TAC. I can't remember. It is 110 grain, 30 cal, TAC something or other. They're all copper. This weekend I have a 3-gun team match, and that'll be at the Sherwood Park Fish and Game range. So Friday I'll be heading out there. And let's see. So I've got my Browning A5 for shotgun. For pistols, I'm going to bring my Shadow 2. I'm going to bring my Jericho just in case the Shadow 2, spontaneously combusts or something like that. I can throw the Jericho in the same holster. It runs the same mags. I don't want to use it.
Is it Saturday or Sunday?
It's both. It's a 2-day.
The Jericho won't work on Saturday.
Woo! Clever, yes.
Gotta make that joke. It's mandatory.
It is mandatory. Now, I called the CFP and I'm like, yo, can I get my reg cert, please? And they're like, oh, yeah. Oh, it got escalated for some. I don't know why it got escalated. Okay, we're just going to, we're going to approve it and send it to you. So it got approved. I'm waiting on my reg cert. My reg cert, I hope it gets here. I hope it gets here for Friday. I would really like to run this gun that I have not sighted in or anything like that. But I can do that on Friday. Friday, lots of time.
As long as it takes the sight in at 50 yards.
Yeah, 5 minutes maybe, right? Just so you can hit the same piece of dirt, right? That's all.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping. But if I don't get this red cert by Friday, I'm gonna borrow my buddy's Raven and stick my red dot on it and use that instead. Or maybe I'll just use this scope. I don't know. I hope I can use that. I hope the red cert shows up in time for that. But I would say I have a low hope of that happening.
No, you have a high hope, but a low expectation.
I'm expecting the red cert not to be here on Friday. I'm expecting it to show up on Monday, like fresh in the morning, just show up.
First
Here
thing,
you go.
9 a.m.
Yeah, here's your red cert. That's what I'm really expecting. Yeah, that should be good. I'm gonna be shooting with Colin again for the team match. So
nice.
How does a team match work?
It depends on the stage. So sometimes on the stage, one guy shoots and then the other guy shoots. Sometimes you both shoot at the same time, and then you get the whatever time you've both finished. That's the time you get. Yeah. So sometimes it can be like a relay, and sometimes it's it varies. One of the they're doing a blind stage. I think they took some inspiration from the team stage. Yeah, they took some inspiration from the Peace River one.
Well, just the simple fact that they're doing a team match, a team 3-gun match. Yeah.
I like it though. I like it.
Oh,
I don't have to drive 5 hours. I can shoot a team match. Yeah.
No, there should be more of them for sure.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. They released like the I'm sponsoring it too. I'm putting a couple of gift certificates for PAL or RPAL training on there.
Nice.
And which, I mean, okay, everyone here is going to have a PAL and RPAL, but what if your wife or sister or brother or kids or someone's going to want a
friend
PAL
or something?
Yeah.
That's a great prize.
Does have friends? I don't know. Yeah, but
I know some people have them, but
yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah, I've seen it on movies. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing that. My kids sponsored it by printing the medals for the event. I won't show you now because I don't want to ruin the surprise for everyone who's going to be at the event. Got to go to the event first, but they're kind of neat. They're memorable. And what else are we? Oh, I was just like scrounging up some stickers and patches and that kind of thing to bring as well. So some Slamfire and Hunting Gear Guy stickers and patches and what have you. But just throw some like random things I don't use anymore, right? Some old Tasco scopes. Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, it doesn't work, but that's why it's on the prize table.
Here, take these before we throw them at a homeless person.
I was going to throw this in the garbage, but I decided to throw it on the prize table instead. No,
somebody will take
it
on
there. So.
Somebody will use it. Yeah,
I guarantee it.
Yeah. All right. Why don't we get into upcoming events? In terms of 3-gun, there's a couple of events coming up. So the Sherwood Park multi-gun team match this weekend. There's still spots available for that. And they are like, they'll take singles and schoolyard rules, throw you with other people. Or they've got a couple of different options. So check that out. Mighty Peace 3-gun has a match on June 22nd. July 6th, Chaz 3-gun has a match that's open. July 13th, there's a match at Sherwood Park. July 19th, the Canadian Multi-Gun Series 2024 at Guelph. July 20th to 21st is the Summer Brutality. That'll be at the Joe Rich Sportsmen's Association in Kelowna. July 27th will be the Mighty Peace 3-gun Steve's Retirement Party match up in Peace River. And then July 28th will be CDTSA at Milo. Of these events, 4 of the 6 are in Alberta. If you want to shoot 3-gun, you gotta be in Alberta. that's where all
it's kind of been the way it's been. Yeah,
3-gun province. That should be their official slogan. We need to get that up.
It is cool to see that there's a couple leagues going in Ontario now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you wanted to get into August, like, there's going to be a Chaz 3-gun in August, but there's also the Niagara Regional 3-gun Championship. That'll be August 3rd to 5th at Niagara. So, yeah.
I don't know what the schedule is like on Guelph, but I've shot a few of their 3-guns and they were a blast.
Yeah, you should shoot some more 3-gun, Dave. You like to do rifle stuff, right? Probably not shotgun and pistol, though. How much do you like shotgun and pistol?
I don't really like shotguns that much, but I own some of them.
Well, so you just gotta shoot them more, and you'll learn to love them.
No, load them. It's the loading part.
Yeah,
everyone likes shooting the shotguns.
Yeah, I'm not bad. I mean, I've practiced a lot. I can load. I can't quad load or anything, but I can get her loaded pretty quick. It's just shotguns.
If you can dual load, that's fine.
Yeah, I just look at shotguns and I'm like, I can't shoot something at 500 yards with this. Why would I bother carrying it?
So for the longest time, people like shotguns, like those have no place on a battlefield. But in today's battlefield with drones, they do again have a place on the battlefield. If you don't want to get grenaded while you sleep, you need a shotgun and you need to be able to use it.
One guy in the squad dragging around a 26-inch barrel waterfowl gun just for the occasional drone. Bink.
Doesn't look like an occasional drone. It looks like a lot of drones are being used
over
right
in
now.
Ukraine. Yeah.
You ever see like they're like manufacturing them in volume? Anyways,
I was talking to a
shotguns.
guy who's over
Still
there, and
valid.
he said they are everywhere. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're cheap and
So you just go grab Bubba the waterfowl hunter and throw him in the back of the truck, and he just
He'll be
picks
the
off
war
the drones
hero.
as they come in. Yeah.
the local trap guy is the war hero these days.
Yeah, exactly.
Maple Seed events. We've got June 22nd, Big Boots. Okay, if you're in PEI, if you know people in PEI, push people to this event. We don't have very many people registered for it. It is in risk of canceling. So that's the June 22nd event in PEI. Big Boot Gun Club. Was there like 2 gun clubs in PEI? If you're on the island or close to the island, push people to that event. There's a ladies only day on June 23rd. That one has enough people. That one's fine. The ladies are putting up the numbers. It's everyone else that isn't. June 22nd, Blue Ridge. That one's going to be opening up soon. Subscribe to the Maple Seed newsletter, and you might get an email about that very soon here. Regina, the city that rhymes with fun. They've got an event on June 30th. Register online for that one. That's their official motto, by the way. Red Deer, Lineman Valley, July 6th. I'll be at that one. That one still has some spots available for it. Frankfurt's sold out. North Peace, day 1 sold out, but then they added day 2. So if you want to go to North Peace, July 15th was just opened. Bulkley Valley in Smithers, BC is open July 17th. GBHA, I'm going to pretend that's somewhere in Ontario. That's a real place. That one's sold out July 27th. HHGC Penetanguishene is closed out and sold out July 28th as well. I'm going to do full 30 days here. KTSA, is that 30 days? That's 30 days. That's more than 30 days. Okay. Coming soon, KTSA Kamloops in BC, August 1st. That one's coming soon. And New Brunswick Hampton Rifle and Pistol Club in August 10th. That one's also coming soon. That's far out enough. That's enough of that. If you're in the Edmonton area, you don't want to pal or a pal, July 20th and 21st, I'm going to be running one at Sherwood Park. Dave, ORA stuff?
Got on June, am I in the right month? I am in the right month. June 15th, we've got a precision match at the Ontario Rifle Association at Borden. Got a close range shooting match, which is rifle in the morning, and then a CQC match with rifle and pistol transition, then a handgun match in the afternoon on the Sunday, the 16th. We've got a practical precision, which is a steel match on the 23rd. We've got a short range practice, 15 and 100 yard on the 23rd as well. 29th, we've got an intro day, practice day for those folks that are members. And then we've got a sporting rifle match on the 30th. You can go to Ontario Rifle Association.ca, check out the calendar. You can come out to 2 events as a guest, and membership is all of $180 a year.
It's not bad. I just saw the ROA pop up on Reddit. Someone was asking about it.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I should go on Reddit. Somebody was asking apparently on a CCFR Facebook page that I can't find, and said that those guys still think it's like 1850 or something like that. Like, well, the target rifle guys do. The rest of us don't.
That's what I posted on that Reddit post. Yeah.
Thank you.
They're all a bunch of FUDs, and yeah, they shoot the black powder, and they get mad at you if you rapid fire. And
thanks, Adriel.
I didn't post anything. I don't know about anything about Ontario. News. There's nothing in the news. Nothing important right now. New gun stuff. Is this a new one? Oh, I didn't add a new one there. Need a new boomstick. Bullseye North is Canada's boomstick. Is Canada's shooting superstore and a proud supporter of the CCFR with a wide selection of guns and top trending gear for any shooter. They got free shipping if you spend over $250. If it's below that, it's $17. So subscribe to their weekly newsletter to get first access to the hottest deals. And let me just share my screen here. It's a couple of interesting things that popped up this week. And in terms of them, they've got a couple of different things from Keltec right now. So if you're looking for Gen 3 sub 2000, they've got them in black, OD green, and FDE for $750. So check those out. I have the HCAR. Someone just discovered this. Kyle, was this you that just discovered this? Someone wrote this in the show notes and said, "What the hell?"
No, the H
No?
car. No, that was not me.
I mean, they're a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like a BAR, except now they put it, now it's running a magazine and it's kind of tactical and it's
Barton's was
$7,000.
bringing in an H car a while back, I thought.
Who?
Barton's.
Yeah,
I thought-
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure these have come into Canada, but for a lot more because this is
Ooh,
the US
yes.
price. I'm pretty sure when they get here, they're like $12,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money for a lot of ugly.
It would be hard to call this a pretty rifle. Yeah, very hard.
I don't know that its mother would call it that. So yeah,
You
it's
know,
not-
it's
not
got its
quite
own kind of
Kel-Tec ugly.
charm. That's how its mother would describe it.
yeah,
Had
it's
its
got a
own
great
charm. It was
personality.
very unique.
Yeah,
Great personality.
one of a kind. One of a kind.
Yeah.
Freedom Ventures, they're back, new website. So yeah, they got a new website
Oh.
now. So if you're looking for mostly gamer IPSC stuff out of the Maritimes, they have that kind of thing set up. Out of stock. Well, just okay, they got some Desert Eagles.
Okay.
I would shoot an IPSC match with a Desert Eagle. No, I wouldn't. That sounds frustrating.
Yeah.
Inexpensive.
And they got the Deagle market on lockdown. And is that all for guns? That's not. Yeah, just Deagles. Everything else is
out of-
sold out. Just Deagles. Cool. Okay. Well, they got that kind of stuff. This one I'm kind of excited about. SBI has put out their super light 1022 chassis. I wouldn't say it looks good, but it looks very light. It's got like a multi-part design. So if you look at it, like the magwell is apart, the fore end's apart, the receiver's apart. It's weird looking. It's very weird looking.
That looked like a module magwell on that, eh?
It does look like a module magwell. Yeah. And if you go look at it, prices are reasonable. You are going to need to find a stock on it that fits a pick rail. But the chassis itself is $179. Well, there's the chassis. Oh, you just stick the receiver on there, and that was the magazine. That wasn't a modular magwell.
Oh, okay.
That was the Yeah, that's the magazine sitting in there.
Yeah, those are
Oh, okay.
super cool.
It's
chassis.
not
I love
supported from the
those.
sides. It's just hanging out in there. I like it. That'll make it
Yeah.
easy to scoop out of there.
Oh, it would, yeah.
And yeah, pick rail back. So you need like the pistol braces or what would be really lightweight with this thing. And then they've got the super light handguard. Now, TACCOM also sells a super light stock chassis. It's heavier than this, and it's Delrin
Oh, really?
ULW. This one I thought was really cool, and it is a cool stock. But this one's Delrin, and it's heavier. This 12.2 ounces is heavier than both of these. 4.8 for the fore end, and then the back part is 6.9. So this is lighter, being made out of aluminum, than this one out of Delrin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, how much steel is, like, they got some steel in there. How much steel is in with that Delrin? That's got to be why.
Well, a couple of look at those screws. Those are they're not Chicago screws, but something similar to that to hold the fore end on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on the back, I imagine they had to, the buffer tube extension there is steel, and it looks like that grip part there is steel as well.
Yeah.
Or just
Still.
make the whole damn thing out of aluminum.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, and then you don't have the little like pieces in between and that kind of thing. I got this coupon.
Oh,
I got this coupon for Spectre Ballistics. I wonder if they would let me buy a stock set on there, because you know what I have? I have a tiny little 1022 over here. This guy that I think would go nicely with that one.
mm-mm.
I like this stock, but I think that stock's cooler looking, and it's mostly a matter of getting a pick rail stock to fit on there. I want something really light.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm probably gonna buy one of those. New product release. MDT has released. They have a I kind of like what they're doing here. So they keep releasing magazines for different cartridges and different sizes. So they've released a 3-round mag for the 7 PRC. So it's nice, small. I don't know if this would be flush fit or not. MDT 7 PRC magazine. Are you flushed? Oh, that's 7-round magazines. They also have some other magazines that are like bigger, and they're very reasonably priced. I found all their magazines are very reasonably priced. Yeah, like $79, $40, $59 for a 5-rounder. Yeah, super reasonable. There's their 3-rounder. I'd like to
I bet
see...
you that 3-rounder is going to be flush.
Yeah, it has. Well, I guess it depends on how big your stock is, but I bet you if you're using one of the MDT stocks, I bet you it's flush.
What do
Anywho,
they say in the description?
oh, that's pretty close. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Not quite, but pretty close. Next up, Olight's gotten into the red dot game, and they are now available in Canada. These are pre-order for availability in 2 weeks' time. The Olight O-Sight red dot with magnetic charging cover. Oh, this is like an AirPod thing going on here, hey?
Yeah, exactly.
$269. $269. That is incredibly cheap.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you guys
especially
have done
when that cover is pretty neat idea. You know, put your cover on there. It's it's charged up for next time you go, and
that is such a cool idea. Display precise battery level for both cover and optic.
Yeah, I like that.
Now, I watched a video where someone hit one of these on their pistol and it lost 0 every time, just from like abuse.
Yeah.
The dot will lose 0 from abuse.
Was it with a hammer or just bumping it?
No, he was beating up pretty good. No hammer involved, but he was whacking the hell out of it, hitting it against his holster, like hitting it pretty good, and it was losing 0.
Right. So good concept, needs improvement.
That's okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's the first one that they put out, so okay. You just got muted somehow, Adriel.
To grenade, right?
We missed all of that.
Oh.
I don't know what
Ontario
happened,
was
but you
killing
were
Adriel's
muted for a while.
We're coming for
weird.
your Roger, your shot.
Yeah, actually, Norris Warrior brings up a good point. What's the footprint on that?
Am I back?
Yes.
I assume I'm back. Okay, good.
Industry standard
Mounting footprint. What the hell is that?
says most common footprint. By adopting the most common industry standard mounting footprint. What is it? What footprint?
I bet it's a Trijicon, and they don't want to say it because they don't want to get sued.
So it's an RMR footprint that every other optics manufacturer will say it's an RMR footprint.
Yeah, but they probably don't want to get sued for it because they're just, instead of just saying it's industry standard.
Like, if it's an RMR footprint, say it's an RMR footprint. Every other optics manufacturer that does that says that.
Well, Hollow Sun, when they first came out, they said they used the RMR footprint. I think Trijicon sued them for it.
Really?
What's one of the things that they got sued for? So it's not necessarily like a terrible idea not to say that it's an RMR footprint. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering this, but Universal.
Scroll up.
407C, 507C footprint.
I was gonna say they looked like they had something scroll up a bit.
So, but that's the Hollow Sun footprint.
RMA
RMA OSP. Oh, what the hell? Oh no, that's saying the Picatinny adapter plate.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, it's gonna be. If it's the 407, 507, that's the same one. That's the Hollow Sun running. So they say that they match the Hollow Sun footprint and not the Trijicon footprint, even though the Hollow Sun fits on the Trijicon.
Maybe a Hollow Sun.
I'll be excited for this. So once they fix that zeroing problem, I'll be excited for this because this is very reasonably priced.
Yeah.
And if they have like good warranty on it, fantastic.
Well, and I
know, like-
love the cover, the battery charging cover. I love that
Yeah.
feature. No,
I don't
oh,
care. I don't care about
halfway
that
through
too
a
much.
match, oh, battery dies because that 2032 is dead now. It's like, no, you know you have battery. You know when to start of it. You're gonna be charged
yeah.
up.
And I guess you could put the cover back on and charge it up, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like you mean you put it in your bag, you throw your lens, your battery pack. You'd be less likely to lose that cover than you will other covers.
Yeah. But mind you, like I have a 1911 over there with a Holosun on it that has I've never changed a battery in 4 years. And it's got not even a 2032, it's got a 2016 or something like that.
Oh,
It still works.
Yeah.
It's still 4 years.
it depends on the
Just
optic because I have an optic that if I leave it on for a day, your battery's dead.
Is that a holographic?
No, it's a scope. Like a 2032 will be if I leave it on overnight.
Yeah.
But I'm actually, what's the overall dimensions like comparably to like other?
It's a big window scope, if that helps.
Not really.
No.
They can
Sorry,
say
big-
they can say it's big window, but like
I don't know. Anyways,
I'd just like to see like its relative size.
sorry, it's been 3.5 years since I got that red dot, but I haven't changed battery in it. That's 3.5 years of mostly sitting on the wall, but every once in a while going shooting and that kind of thing with it. Okay. Anyways, yeah, go take a look at that. Don't buy V1, buy V2.
Yeah.
Some of Olight's stuff has been like a swing and a miss on the first one, but the second one, like they had the problem with some of the flashlights, some of the when they came out with the gun lights, you could connect the terminals and it wasn't protected and it'd start the thing on fire. They fixed it. Now it's not an issue anymore.
A lot of people still because of that.
Yeah. But at the same time, that's a $269 dot. Like you're
Yeah.
not expecting bulletproof. You're not paying bulletproof for that.
Well, exactly.
You
Yeah.
pay $1,000 for bulletproof.
I would expect it to be able to
had-
take a bit of abuse though.
Yeah, I want them to fix that before I touch it. I don't want to buy something that's going to lose zero. Advantage Arms has some conversion kits if you want to shoot 22 with your guns that you have right now. So I have the Glock 17 Gen 3 22 caliber conversion kit. I could get one of those, but I don't really want to. $35 for a mag. I already have a 22 handgun or a couple. They have a Glock 17 Gen 5, Gen 4, and the 19X. They got all of those different conversion kits.
It's tempting to get a conversion kit for my Glock.
If you don't have a 22 handgun, but you have a Glock, there's your option.
Yeah,
buy
I do
another
have a
handgun.
22 handgun. Yeah. I'd actually kind of like a shadow conversion, but I look at those and I'm like, I don't know.
The
What I paid
Cadet.
for the gun, right?
Yeah, but and before that was my advice. Why get one of these when you can get the Glock 44 for less, or you can
Yeah.
get like a GSG 1911 22 or something like that, or whatever. But that's no longer an option. So now, if you have one of
it's
these, this is your option to get another gun, quote unquote, right? Anywho, this was kind of news. Aerotech Research was a Canadian company. They got their body armor certified level 4 NIJ, and there's a bunch of different places selling it. True North Arms has them. $900 for a set.
$900 for a set of level 4.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they are ceramic core. They're not even steel plate that'll fire the shrapnel into your chin and arteries and all that kind of stuff. They'll probably take it and not shrapnel at all, right? No offshoring. Manufacturing is 100% Canadian. Rated to NIJ level 4. Yep.
3.2 kilograms. Is that what I'm
Per
seeing
plate.
there?
3.6 if you want the ESAPI medium, which I don't know.
Is
That's
that-
for your
is that-
chunky fellas.
Per plate or the pair?
Per plate?
Okay.
Per plate. Yeah. I don't know if that's heavy or light. Or
That's heavier than I expected because I think granted my steels are level 3,
There's a big
My s-
difference between level 3
yeah.
and level 4, though.
Yeah, like my level 3 steel plates are pretty much, I think they're pretty close, because yeah, like 3.5 kilograms, you're looking probably about 8 pounds of plate there.
Yeah, that's what they say. 8 pounds. But level 4 versus level 3, there's a pretty big difference there.
Yeah.
Level 4 will take your 30-06 AP. It'll soak them up.
Yeah.
I don't know what AP you get that can go through those. That's not like
The
a 50
odd shipment
BMP or
from
something.
Cabela's.
They'll stop those too. APIs. You'll stop those, but the rest of you will have a bad time. Corwin Arms is bringing in some Milsurps. They have some Mosin 9130s. They're sporters, but they have them for $657, and they also have some K31s right for around $900, 800, 700, somewhere around there, 725. Yeah, shooter grade 750 ish for the K31s. Cool. All right. Well, Justin was having some internet issues there, so we'll have to have him on again to kind of go through his Ben Stoker's class he was on recently.
Yeah.
Listener feedback. Oh, you said we didn't have an email, right? This is from last
No.
week. What kind of comments have we gotten here? Wait, I'm gonna come right up to the top here.
Yeah, Tony asked one right at the start there.
Does everyone lube their gun out of the box or no? I'll wait for you guys to answer because I have
I will say yes, because usually I clean them from the manufacturing and storage lube that they put in. Like, it's not Cosmoline, but they still lube it up for long-term storage.
storage. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rust preventative. It's not lubrication.
Well, as I found out on the weekend, that if you don't lube your gun from the box and then you fire a couple hundred rounds from it, it's going to jam up real good, or it very well may. So yeah, lube your gun when you get it. Plus, you should,
clean
run
it
a
and
swab
then
down
lube
the
it.
bore and
Yeah.
give it a good look over, and just make sure everything's cool and there's no bits falling out or burrs in the bore or anything weird.
I'm glad you guys gave the right answer because I'm going to give the wrong answer. I take them to the range with no cleaning whatsoever or taking them apart or anything, and I just shoot them, and they always work. Now, if for a maple seed, no way.
Just say
No
they
way,
work for
because-
how long?
Yeah, it's
couple
going to work for a
rounds,
couple
you're
of
gonna be fine.
boxes, sight in, that kind of thing, and that's about it. But
Yeah.
what I'm going to do, I shoot it and I take it home, and then I clean it because now it's been shot. Now it's got a couple of rounds through it, and besides, like for the couple of rounds I take out for its first range session, I shouldn't need to. Now I would never dream of taking a brand new gun to a competition.
No,
I would never dream of it. That sounds like just a terrible time.
Yeah.
Except this weekend, I might use that Raven at the match, and
Well, yeah.
it's brand new.
have you shot
But it's
it?
using mostly used components.
No, he
Mostly used.
hasn't. He's waiting for a certificate.
I need my cert. I need my reg cert.
Well,
He
I hope
doesn't
you
even
get
know
it.
if that
and
gas
then
block is
take
on
it.
right for it to cycle.
Yeah, I hope you get it. You get your
Find out.
certificate, you take it to the range, and Karma kicks you right in the bag. 'Cause that would be funny. Although I'm sure you have 5 other guns you could shoot too.
well, I might be borrowing one because I have my WSMCR, but the piston's kind of squirrely on it right now, so I don't want to trust it. I want to use something that I could trust. Let's see. Chilliwack had the same setup. Ontario networking issues. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. If 3-gun Kel-Tec KSG 25. So the Kel-Tec KSG is a cool gun unless you have to load it. Loading that thing on the clock is just a bad time. I remember when they first came out and some guys used them at 3-gun and they were cool until, this stage says you start empty.
Yeah.
Or this stage says your shotgun starts with only 5 rounds in it, which is pretty common in
Or
the
you
US.
just took a lot of rounds and now you need to reload.
Well, I mean, if it has 25 rounds or 20 rounds in it or something like that, you can miss a lot before you need to reload it. But yeah, you can't dual load it. You can't quad load it. It's too deep in there. You can only single load it, and it is slow. And if you're loading if you start with 5 and you need to get to top that thing back up, it's painful. So painful.
Yeah.
Same thing with the UTAS. the UTS
Mhm.
15.
I had a UTAS at the range on the weekend, and I'm just sitting there watching this guy load, and I'm like, oh my God, are we ever going to shoot? It was cool, though. He looked awesome, and everybody thought it was a very cool gun.
Yeah.
Not-
And then 5-round mags. 5-round mags for what? The KSG 25
H car.
doesn't take mags. What's that?
That was
Oh,
for
the H car. Yeah. H car has 5-round mags, rifle only. O-Sight is $215 if you signed up June 25th to 28th. Wow. That is wow. Oh, wait. No. I'm looking up at my rifles. I should be looking down at, or sorry, up at my pistols. I should be looking down at my rifles here.
Yeah.
Which rifle would benefit from that thing on it? Oh, $215. That's almost getting to like Bushnell TRS pricing. But it has like all these other cool features on it. Oh.
Including
Okay,
resetting 0.
Do we have a show around that time? 26th. Reminder to Adriel to buy an O-Sight. I don't know if I got to ask them for one. They might just send me one. But I have to.
I
do a
mean, it
review
is
on
Olight, so maybe
They
I
will.
need to do the same thing.
They will. Yeah. Do you want one, Kyle? You can. I have some contacts over there. You can email them. Beat it up a little bit. All right. 3 MOA. 3 MOA wouldn't be great on a rifle, but yeah, for a Steel Challenge rifle, it would be fine. And I have a Steel Challenge rifle.
See, Steel Challenge, I want big.
Yeah, 3 MOA is fine. Just crank up the brightness.
You could, yeah, it would make it work for sure.
On a
the
rifle?
longest time, that's what people used. So,
Norse Warriors saying always remove shipping lube and relube. I mean, yeah. Or just shoot it.
Don't do what Adriel does, kids.
No, don't do it. I wanted you guys to answer properly first before I gave my dumb response. My dumb response is because I have other guns. I would never take it to a competition like that. And if I go to the range and I have a gun that jams, it's not going to be a big deal for me.
Yeah. Well, at least check the bore before you shoot it.
yeah.
If you're going to do an Adriel doesn't check the bore.
Wouldn't dream of it. But always do that. Axe improve, Dave. I bring the bore rod. The first and last thing I do with every gun, axe improve.
Every time you take your eyes off it, you axe improve it.
More than arms like the Ray. It's out of my direct control. I got to axe improve it as soon as I pick it up again. Tony's saying the UTAS is way worse. You need to preload the follower. Yeah, the UTAS is way worse. Not only for that, but it's just a worse quality gun in general. Like shooting the KSG, it feels like a well sorted gun. Shooting the UTAS, it feels like it's had the loading system glued on it, and it's just very, I don't know, loosey goosey kind of thing. And then Tony's also saying a lot of materials don't tell you to lube the gun. Yeah, I guess a lot of manuals wouldn't say like, oh, when you receive this gun, make sure to disassemble it and clean it. You wouldn't see that on a lot of guns. I think a lot of new gun owners would probably get frustrated with trying to do that. Right?
Yeah.
Here's your brand new gun. You've never had a gun before. Before you take it to the range, you have to disassemble it and clean it and lube it. Oh, but nah, I want to just take it to the gun and shoot it, enjoy it, and
At least spray some lube in it and check the bore.
Nah, just shoot it. Just send it.
If it blows up,
now that you guys have said the right way to do it, I can say the wrong way. It's okay.
Please note that Slamfire Radio is presented for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, we've been Discord. We've brought up a couple of things. I don't know if anyone was talking about anything today because I checked there today.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything for a bit.
Well, Tony's on there. HighCapacityMagazine.ca's website was down. YouTube is updating their firearms policy. So there's been a couple of changes on it. I already thought that the reloading stuff was already in place. They're like, you just can't show reloading anymore. Just straight up. No reloading. So that's a thing. Some 30-round magazines, which I don't care about because that's not applicable here. And then
can't show 30-round magazines.
are my magazines 30 round? Every time I show my stuff on YouTube, I say like, this is not a 30 round magazine. I explicitly say it because I know if one of those guys looks at it and they flag, oh, there's a high capacity magazine, right?
You literally can't have a normal capacity magazine. What the hell is going on?
No, that's been a thing for a while.
Really?
Yeah, about a year or so. Yeah.
That is the
on YouTube,
stupidest
something like
thing I've ever heard. And I've
Just
got
like
the
you
liberal
could-
newsletter in my email.
Well, you couldn't do Incendiary either. Around that was the same time.
Be interesting to see how much time they spend on stupid firearm stuff versus, keeping kiddie porn off their platform. I bet you it's more.
I don't look for those kinds of things on YouTube, so I wouldn't know anything about that, Dave.
Ridiculous.
What else we got here? Yeah, so I think that's about it. Breach Lock Challenger 3. I think I've seen that before, Tony. That's their breach lock. Oh no, that is different. Sorry. Tony did find a new gun thing that I thought I saw before, but actually is new. And I was just using my breech lock. My O-Press from Challenger. That is a new press design. You see how it's not a stamped sheet of steel anymore. Now it looks like it's got all these groovies and that kind of thing on it. That's different looking.
So it's cast then?
I don't think it's cast. Whoa, look at the handle too. What the hell they got going on there? It's no longer straight. Now it's curved.
Leveragey.
Yeah. Doesn't say if it's cast or not. Same unbreakable frame, all steel linkage. I remember when they weren't all steel and they'd break on you every once in a while. When they first made these O-Presses, they had this bottom linkage here. It was like this cast shitty zinc thing that would just break all the time. Cast aluminum is what Tony's saying. With an ergo handle and a better primer catch. Neat. Very neat. I was using mine yesterday. I was using I cracked out my RCBS primer swager because I got a buddy of mine grabbed a bunch of 300 blackout cases for me. They're all crimped. Absolutely. And not just a little crimp, like crimp to fuck. You cannot eat, I have a cutter for it. Oh my God. It was taking so long to crimp them all. So I'm like, I got to do something else with this. I want to run the 300 blackout brass. Then I don't have to trim it or anything like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, what about that old swager I had? And I never quite got it running right before, but I actually listened to the instructions. I watched someone else's YouTube instructions on it. I'm like, oh, and then I tried it and it ran great. Yeah, the swager, that's the ticket. So that thing, it murders that crimp on it. It just rams it out of the way. It gives you a nice rounded radius to get that primer in there. Anywho, can I even be saying any of this stuff as it's going up on YouTube? Get rid of that. Get rid of the evidence.
You mentioned a swager. Is that against the rules?
Yeah.
Can't mention that technique. It's forbidden.
You're decrimping. We're banned.
Yeah. I have been keeping up with posting memes on our Discord. I've been finding some memes and putting it up there. So
yeah,
if you want that, go check us out on Discord. Thanks to our supporters on Patreon and Player. What's that, sorry?
We need a Discord admin, like a minion that you can just have do your bidding on there.
We don't have enough people up there. If we had people we can get the person that calls people kitten and that kind of thing as a Discord mod soon enough. But for now, we can just put us on there.
I keep forgetting it's there. I should go use it.
Do you use Discord for other stuff?
I use it strictly for my Friday night gaming nights. And then once in a while, I will go look at my messages and realize friends have been leaving me messages on there for the last 6 months. And I haven't actually noticed because I don't know.
Just look it up to your phone.
I don't care.
Turn off when you join a new server, turn off the notifications and only enable them if someone @s you or someone messages you, because you don't want the other notifications. But then if you run it like that, then you can have notifications. You can have the app, and you'll only get them when it's important shit, and not when just random people are saying random stuff on the server.
And then people just at everyone.
You can turn that off. You can turn off the notifications on that, and I recommend you do.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll install the app because I've got it on my computer, but I only have it on my home computer, which I'm not on a whole lot. So maybe I will install it on this mobile device, as our modern world has those.
When you're on, let me know and I'll add you to the other. There's a Canadian Guns one that's good as well,
Okay.
and ours, of course. Our
Yeah, of
Slamfire
course.
one. You got to join that.
I'm
one.
on that one. I'm on that
Okay,
one
good.
already.
Go post.
Speaking of
your name.
which, I found that Ore Reddit thread, so I'm just posting on it now. So
Ah,
thank
good.
you. Evan.
All right, all the social medias.
All
So
these.
that's
Getting into the
that-
modern
that's-
world with you kids and your fancy social technological things.
Soon you'll be sending emails and sending text
Whoa,
messages like
whoa,
this.
whoa. Slow
step
down there,
Calm
cowboy. Let's not
One
go
step at a
crazy all at
time. Whoa,
once.
whoa, whoa. Your TikToks and your emails. If you'd like to email the show, send an email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Shoutouts.
You want to do YouTube comments?
Oh yeah, sorry, I skipped right over it. Kyle, go ahead.
So we got a few. All for last week's episode. Illegal Canadian says, just to correct what David said with regards to the companies trying to loan out pistols, specifically his statement that they can't. They most certainly can. The law didn't change in that regard. David might be a competent shooter, but for a firearms instructor, I have found that he knows precious little when it comes to firearm safety / regulations. Also, if an anti-gunner were to tune in to the show, which I am sure they do, to gather ammunition to support their arguments, seeing David act like an irresponsible ass waving his guns around while laying in bed will give them lots to work with. Having him on SFR only hurts the credibility of law-abiding gun owners. Okay, so illegal has an opinion for sure. Strong one.
Did Dave say that businesses can't borrow them out?
I don't recall the words exactly, so I
don't remember him saying that. So like, he can borrow them out. He has borrowed them out, not as a business, as a private firearms instructor.
Yeah, I don't recall that part of that. So,
and in terms of like anti-gunners listening to the show, I doubt it. I sincerely doubt it. There's hours that they'd have to listen through just to find something, and this would probably be like nails on a chalkboard for them.
Well, just the RCMP and CSIS.
Well, CSIS can afford to. Yeah, they'll watch it, but
they're only going to do something. They got government money. Hey guys.
Yeah. That's one of the people that's watching the live stream right now, right?
Exactly. Yeah. CSIS surveillance van number 3.
CSIS surveillance, one Facebook monitor, one Twitch monitor, one no, each round doesn't have any of those. And then Tony's on there too.
And then Tony. CSIS and Tony.
Tony's also a CSIS agent.
Yes.
Everybody's a CSIS agent.
Then we got a comment from Tony. Heavy front barrel profile for that bash resistance against door frames and stuff that gets in the way, maybe. Okay, yeah. That was a weird barrel for sure.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how to pronounce this one.
Make a bad attempt. Yeah.
There. There's my bad attempt. Adriel's comments around the 40/40 mark about the Mossberg 940s falling apart have me rethinking buying one for my first shotgun. Good. I want something.
Is that your editor's note?
That was my ad, yes. I want something that could let me dip my toes into all the shotgun sports, but probably focus on tactical shooting 3-gun type events. The Beretta 1301 would be the main better option for that. Yep. I'm one that I would sell the M2 hands down, and like they're within a couple $100. But the 1301's a good shotgun, fast shotgun.
And in the US, well, I think the Benelli's actually quite a bit more expensive, right? The M2?
M2's been sitting right around $1,800
in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the classic 3-gun like action shotgun.
Yeah, that's what basically every other 3-gun shotgun is compared against. So,
and in terms of the 940, as long as you don't run thousands of rounds through it, it'll be fine. It's when you run thousands of rounds through it that it starts coming.
Well, I remember when they first came out, it was set out at a match as a stage gun, and that's where the falling apart happened because the guy went to go dump it and it fell apart.
Which part fell apart on it?
Like the mag tube, everything, it broke in half pretty much.
Oh,
No.
the one I saw wasn't that
Sounds
bad. The
good.
one I saw was some inside bolt carrier, like a pin sheared. This is just from a guy shooting it, and some pin sheared on it, and it locked it up. We had to take it apart to get it open.
Oh wow.
And that's not the first one that I've seen go like that. Like there is a saying in 3-gun that it's the Jam Pro, and
Yeah. Well,
it's
that
like
started with
not
the
'cause we-
930s, but yeah.
the 940s didn't fix all the jamming though, and the breakages, so it's it's still a problem.
Yeah, but yeah, so I would look at the Beretta. Well, so the big difference is Beretta 1301 is a gas gun. Benelli M2 is an inertia gun. So you don't have to clean the Benelli as much. Beretta runs a little faster, but either way, you're not going to be outrunning either of them, chances are. So
The Beretta's faster, and I think it's lighter too. It's a very light, fast gun.
Benelli is pretty damn light.
They're both. Yeah.
I mean, a gas gun is typically going to be heavier than an inertia gun.
Yeah, got more bits.
I wonder.
I mean, yes,
Depends on which
a 1301
gen
is
I'm
way lighter than a Versamax, so that's gas gun to gas gun. The Versamax is just a big, heavy brick.
The Versamax is heavy. The M4 is heavy for a gas gun. The M4 is like ridiculously heavy.
And unless you spend $400 on a stock to get rid of the pistol grip, even then, like the barrel length and finding an extension is hard. The M4 doesn't really make a great 3-gun shotgun. It's a great tactical shotgun, but it's not a great 3-gun shotgun unless you spend a pile of money onto it.
Yes, you do have to do a lot of work to it to make it work. Let's see. I'm seeing a Benelli M2 with a 28-inch barrel, field 6.8 pounds, 1301 6.7. Like the same thing.
So they're the same. Yeah.
That's the 1301 tactical mod 2. Oh, the competition might be lighter. Barely though. It's not.
So that's
gonna
the
matter.
tactical. So that's probably an 18 or 21.
No, I'm looking at.
Oh.
No, 18 and a half inch. Yeah. So the other one's
inch.
it's gonna be the same weight by the time you get out there.
Yeah. But
cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What was the price on that Beretta? Those are about $1,500-$1,600, aren't they? The
$1,500 for the Beretta 1301s. That's what I've seen. I haven't really seen a lot of Benelli M2 fields in Canada. Who sells those? Calgary Shooting Center. 1628.
So they've come down then.
There. Oh yeah, 1672 at the shooting center. That's an
They
M2
held at $1,800 for years.
1620. Well, you know what happened? The Turks started making inertia shotguns,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden, like, oh, you can get it, or you can get a Gersan MC312 for like 4 something.
Yeah.
Or you can get a Benelli M2 for 1628 is what the Calgary Shooting Center has them on for right now.
Yeah.
And
that Gersan's gonna be more reliable than that Mossberg.
Yes. Yeah. The MC312 is going to be better.
Yeah.
How fast it is also depends on the operator. I'd say almost 100% on the operator. The only thing with
it's just
shotguns is the reliability.
for that. When I talk about how fast the shotgun is, I'm talking about the action. So the action on a Beretta is faster than on the Benelli, and that's because it's a gas gun. You know, the action on like granted, and how that gas system is built. So like, I mean, the Beretta 1301 is said to be like the fastest shotgun out there. Basically, it's faster than the Versamax. It's faster than Benelli. But that's where I was saying, but chances of you outrunning it is very slim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like the shotgun speed doesn't come into effect, and that's where you're right, where it depends on the operator, because most people, there's very few people that are going to outrun an inertia shotgun. So
I can if I really try for it. If I'm just going for like maximum trigger speed, I can. But
I have outrun the M2, but when I'm shooting a stage, I'm not outrunning it.
Yeah, because you actually have to aim.
Yeah.
What do you have
I'm
to
not
aim?
just
Is like,
dumping.
yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's it for YouTube. So
That's up for the YouTubes. Now shoutouts.
I'm gonna shout out Hammer Armament for my new custom holsters and mag pouches and that.
Cool.
So unfortunately, he doesn't ship to Canada anymore. Hopefully, that will change with new government and such. But if you are in the U.S. or you have an address you can get shipped to the U.S., I highly recommend checking out this stuff. Like I said, I've been using it for years. Never lets me down.
Sexy AF too.
Dave?
Shout out to Kelly and Rick for running the Maple Seed on Saturday and Sunday up at Borden, and Chris Sporting Rifle for coming out and helping, being an awesome dude and making a lot of the day happen. And thanks to Albert, who shot on Sunday and learned a lot. That dude was awesome. Joined the ORA after the shoot as well. Called me Monday to tell me he was joining up and he was coming to all our matches. So as guy's a rock star. I look forward to seeing what he does.
So you mentioned he was a very new shooter.
Yeah, he was pretty new. I don't know how far he'd shot before, but I think he said he just shot indoors, and then he came out and shot a 400 yard Maple Seed known distance. So yeah,
I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous of shooters who like they just started and they immediately get into a league, because without a league, you're crap at shooting and you just don't know. You think you're the best and you just aren't until you get into that league and you find out from other people like, oh, this is actually what you should be doing.
Yeah,
you grow way faster.
And then you get in there and you start learning the right stuff right off the bat. Yeah, you'd be so many miles ahead.
The fact that those people got to shoot a Maple Seed and some of them are brand new, they're not going to have all those horrible habits that so many of us developed and turned so much money into smoke with no effect.
Yeah,
like if I had mentorship and some tutoring when I was younger, I'd have a lot. I'd probably be buying private islands right now. I shot a lot of ammo. Nothing really.
All right. I got to shout out for the group at Peace River for hosting there. It's fantastic. Thank you again for hosting us out there. And my future shout out is going to be for the guys out at Sherwood Park who are going to host the 3-gun match out there.
Nice.
I imagine it's going to be great.
I imagine so.
Yeah. Finally, join our Discord server. We got the link up on our website. Watch us on Facebook, YouTube, and Player. Join the CCFR, and we'll see you next week.
See you next
week.
Everyone.
See you, everybody. Good night, Kelly.